A woman sits against the wall in a complete daze. In the background, you can hear people screaming and strange noises. Suddenly, a man runs up to her and grabs her. He calls her by her name, Jeannie, and tells her they should leave. Jeannie asks him where Zoe is. He replies that he doesn't know, but they will find her. Suddenly, several zombies attack the man from behind, roll him to the ground, and eat him. Jeannie also bites a zombie on the arm, but unlike her husband, she manages to escape. She watches as the zombies tear him apart. The last thing he says is for her to find Zoe. Jeannie runs out of the alley and sees the horror that has filled the town. There are zombies walking around eating people. The woman freezes in place for a while from the horror of what is happening and just watches. At some point, she hears sounds from behind and turns around. A little girl is sitting on the ground with her back to her. The girl recognizes her as Zoe. In order not to attract the attention of the zombies, she carefully makes her way along the street. As she gets closer, she calls out to the girl. The girl turns around and it is indeed Zoe. But she is already a zombie. Jeannie becomes hysterical at what she sees and falls to the ground. The zombie girl starts to approach her and then Jeannie decides to run away. The other zombies also notice her and chase her. She runs down the street with all her might. The zombies surround her, but she manages to slip behind a fence in an alley. Jeannie leans against the wall as the zombies hover over the fence. Nearby lies the corpse of a policeman and a revolver. Jeannie raises her gun and points it at her zombified daughter, but her maternal instinct prevents her from firing. She finally puts the gun down and looks at her bloody hand. Realizing that soon she will also turn into a zombie, the girl decides to end it and puts the gun to her head. Abruptly, the frame changes and we are shown that it was actually a terrible dream. Her husband comes in alive and well and calls her to dinner. The girl gets up, goes to wash up, and comes into the kitchen where Zoe and her father are having dinner. The man asks Jeannie to tell about her dream, but she replies that it is too scary and will leave it for later. The camera zooms in on Zoe, who is strangely eating chicken. At the last moment, we see that her eyes change and she is probably infected with something.